A very delightful conversation with you.
Who died in 1901 on a Russian Navy ship who was traveling near Aceh, and he was buried there in a Dutch cemetery. We found his grave. We knew that from the archives, and in 2019 we found his grave and restored it. So we have these historical connections between our two countries. Our friendship and cooperation is based on very good traditions. Yeah. As you know, our country were especially close in the 60s during the times of President Sukarno. He visited our country 4 times. And at that time, the song Rayuan Pulau Kelapa became extremely popular in Russia. It was translated into Russian language and became the symbol of our friendship. For people of older generation, if you ask them about Indonesia, they will say Sukarno and sing the song Rayuan Pulau Kelapa. Now young people know more about Bali. But I hope that they will come to know more about Indonesia, because Indonesia is much more than Bali, of course. It's a beautiful country. In the last several decades, our relation have been on the rise. We enjoy good trade cooperation, maybe not enough, we can do more, but still it's on the rise. Last year we've seen growth of our trade by more than 50%. Our presidents meet on a regular basis. Last year, as you know, President Joko Widodo traveled to Moscow, and he had a very good conversation with President Vladimir Putin. Our Minister of Foreign Affairs last year came to Bali twice for the G20 meetings. Our Speaker of the Parliament, Ms. Matviyenko, also came to Jakarta to take part in the P20 forums. She met with her counterparts in the Indonesian parliament. So we have this very active political dialogue, and that is based on similarities of views on what is happening in the world and the global agenda. We enjoy very close cooperation in the framework of international organizations, especially the United Nations General Assembly, and when Indonesia was a non-permanent member of the Security Council as well. We supported very much the priorities of Indonesia in the capacity of G20 president. And we worked closely together, and we really appreciate the very balanced position taken by Indonesia, especially on Russia's participation in the G20. And we wish the same success to Indonesia as the chair of ASEAN this year. We have a few investment projects, again, that may be not enough, but things are developing, I think, in the right direction. And there was a very significant event last year. We started a negotiation process on a free trade agreement between Eurasian Economic Union, which Russia is part of, together with other 4 countries, and Indonesian government. So if this negotiation result in a free trade agreement, that of course will boost greatly our bilateral trade and investment. That's true. We also have humanitarian exchanges. For instance, we provide scholarships for Indonesian students. Right now we have around 800 Indonesian students who study in different cities of Russia, not only Moscow, but other cities as well. They seem to be quite happy despite the cold weather. I've met some of them last year. Now we see an increase in tourist arrivals from Russia. Of course, to Bali. You go to Bali now, you will see a lot of Russians there enjoying themselves.
I would really love to go to Russia one day. And if we're talking about, like you just mentioned, the education sector as well, that Russia supports scholarship for Indonesians to study in Russia, maybe also Is it for like any particular education major? Or maybe I could study ballet there as well?
Yeah, why not? Actually, yes, arts are included in the list of scholarships that we provide. There's quite a wide range, beginning from arts to engineering, physics, mathematics, etc., etc. So Indonesians can choose from a wide range of subjects that they can study, both graduate and postgraduate studies. Now we provide 300 scholarships per year, but we see a very big demand, so we will be increasing the number of scholarships.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Excellency. It's such a brief history. It's interesting, like how the friendship between Indonesia and Russia has been going on for a long time. But we will be back on Ambassador Corner with Russian Ambassador to Indonesia, Her Excellency Lyudmila Vorobieva. Still on Ambassador Corner with me, Aisya, Fabien, and also Her Excellency Lyudmila Vorobieva, the Russian Ambassador to Indonesia, and on another corner of your lovely residence. So, we would like to know more about your personal experience, your diplomatic journey, and like before resides in Indonesia, where were you back then?
Actually, I grew up in a diplomatic family. Both of my parents were diplomats, and I grew up in Bangkok because they worked there. So I spent 6 first years of my life in Bangkok. I had a Thai nanny, and that's how I began to speak Thai language. And of course, it influenced a lot my mindset. So my husband calls me his Thai wife because I was raised up by a Thai nanny. So then my parents moved to Laos and I followed them. And again, it was natural for me to choose to study Thai and Lao languages at the university where I majored in international relations. After that, I had 3 postings in Laos on my own, then in Thailand. My previous posting and my first posting as ambassador was in Malaysia, 5 years in Malaysia, and now 5 years in Indonesia. So Southeast Asia, my second home.
Yeah, so you're very familiar with Southeast Asia, even from your very early age.
After living in Thailand and Laos, I like spicy,
spicy food.
With that. Yeah, spicy food is very good.
And Indonesian food for like 5 years you've been here, right? Do you have any favorite Indonesian food?
Indonesian food is great. I think, you know, it's very diverse also. Seafood is great. I love satay. I love nasi goreng. Bakso. Yeah.
Bakso! Especially for the rainy days.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And you put some sambal in it, no?
Not that much, but I can do it.
You can do it. Okay, talk about your family as well. You grew up in a diplomatic family, and how does that affect you, more or less, as a child? Have you been dreaming of becoming a diplomat as well?
You know, I grew up in the Soviet Union, and at that time, unfortunately, girls were not very much encouraged to go to the foreign service. So my dream was to become an ambassador's wife. I failed, so I became ambassador myself. But to seriously, I really love Southeast Asia. So I had every intention to come back, and I did.
Yeah, that's good. Do you miss the winter, maybe?
After 30 years in Southeast Asia, please don't tell anyone. I'm a Russian ambassador. I love my country. I love Moscow. The only thing I don't miss about Moscow is the winter.
It's the weather. And how about if we're looking around this corner, this beautiful garden, we can see maybe more Indonesian, Asian, tropical plants.
Yes.
But we know that Russia has this beautiful white birch tree that you just mentioned, and it's like a symbol of Russia.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes, the birch tree. Yes, very beautiful with white and the green. It is especially beautiful in autumn when it turns, the leaves turn yellow and red. Yes, it's a symbol because it's a symbol of Russia because it reminds a young and pretty girl, very thin, very romantic.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's also symbolize purity, fertility.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, but we cannot have it here.
No, it's too hot.
It's too hot.
I don't think it can survive.
When is the best time if we want to visit Russia?
Well, it depends how courageous or you are. If you want to experience winter, the best time is January.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because there's a lot of snow. If there is sun, then the snow will be sparkling, and it's really beautiful. If you are not that adventurous, it can drop to -30 in January in Moscow.
Oh, okay.
If you're not that adventurous, the best time is from May to September. The weather is good. It can be quite hot in July, like in Jakarta, maybe around 30 degrees. And it's lovely.
Oh, okay. We talked about Indonesian food and we're going to talk about Russian food after this. I cannot wait maybe to taste some Russian food as well that you've been prepared for us. It will be very lovely.
Very much.
Oh yeah. That's what we love about Indonesia, our country as well, with the diverse culture. And now we're going to talk about the culture in Russia that we would like to introduce maybe to our viewers that may not familiar yet with Russian culture. So stay tuned. Still on Ambassador Corner and still at the residence of the Russian Ambassador to Indonesia, Her Excellency Lyudmila Vorobieva. And this actually caught my eyes when I first entered this lovely residence of her. We can see matryoshka, the Russian traditional dolls, and what other things that maybe you can explain us more about it.
Yeah, Matryoshka doll is a very famous Russian traditional doll. Actually, it's also a symbol of fertility because you can open the doll and you will see smaller dolls inside. They are different shape, different color. It's very common in Russia. And also the traditional lakeware is called the Khakhlama. It is a small township, a very ancient one near Moscow, which produces this kind of lovely things that it's not only for decoration. Actually, you can use it in your everyday life. You can drink tea from that, or you can put chocolates here. So and it's very beautiful as well.
Okay, and every like the paintings on it, they have the philosophy behind it.
It just shows the nature of Russia. You can see the traditional berries that grow in Russia, like raspberry or strawberries. These are strawberries and raspberries, actually. So it's just to make your life more beautiful.
That's true. And this might be very, very popular if we go to Russia and bring home some souvenirs as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Foreign tourists usually bring matryoshka or lakeware.
Wow, okay. How about that painting?
This is a painting of a cathedral in Moscow. It's the St. Basil Cathedral that was built in the 16th century. It's one of the most famous churches in Moscow, but you can see it looks like a mosque.
Yeah. Okay, talking about that, this is the picture of a cathedral, and in 2015, Moscow also built the largest mosque in Europe. It's called the White Mosque for the famous name, but it's also the official name is Cathedral Mosque.
Yes, the Cathedral Mosque. As you know, in Russia we have around 30 million Muslims, which are not migrants, but people who've been living in Russia for centuries. And in Moscow alone we have around 2 million Muslims. And in 2015, our president has inaugurated the White Mosque in center of Moscow. It's the largest mosque in Europe, and during his speech he said that Russia in a sense is a Muslim country as well, meaning that Russia is very diverse, like Indonesia, and we have all people of different religious and ethnic background, and we have this tradition of tolerance and living harmoniously, coexisting together.
Yeah, that's another same thing between Russia and Indonesia, if we can say.
Yes.
Maybe we also have something similar food in terms of cuisine and
well, the food is quite different.
The food is quite different, and we will try it maybe now.
Yes.
Okay. I cannot wait to taste some traditional Russian cuisine food that you have prepared for us. What do you have?
We have blini and pirashki. I will explain you.
Okay.
What's that?
Blini and pirashki.
Pirashki.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
This is very traditional Russian food. This is called blini. Well, actually it's pancakes.
Okay.
But we take it with the smetana. This one, it's sour cream.
This one is sour cream.
Sour cream,
okay.
Yes. And this jam, or you can have salmon or caviar or anything you like actually to put on the top of blini. The blini actually is a very ancient symbol of sun.
Okay.
So the best time to cook blini is in spring, when the sun finally comes out after a long winter, and people celebrate the coming of spring by baking blini. We have a festival in Russia which is dedicated to blini because in spring we also have a long fasting period when you cannot take dairy for 40 days.
Oh, okay.
It's like Lent in Catholic countries, but in Russian Orthodox tradition it's fasting period, 40 days. You cannot eat dairy, meat, actually nothing except grain, vegetables and fruit, which we don't have many in Russia in spring. So before that we have this big festival when people can eat blini, enjoy themselves, and then engage into fasting.
Oh, okay.
So this is a very, very old tradition. And this is pirashki, which are stuffed pastries.
Pirashki.
Pirashki.
Okay.
Stuffed pastries. These ones are with mushrooms. We eat a lot of mushrooms in Russia because you can go to a forest and then collect mushrooms, and then you can preserve them for the winter. Cabbage and apples. So it can be sweet if you want to have them with tea, or it can be as a meal.
Oh.
You can put meat inside, you can put chicken, you can put the fish, anything you like actually.
Okay, so, which one should we try first?
Maybe pirashki?
Okay, sure. Is this usually also famous as appetizer?
Yes, you can have it as an appetizer, you can have it as a dessert, you can have it instead of bread. We eat a lot of bread in Russia. We eat bread with every meal, but instead of bread, you can have pirozhki as well.
Okay. Okay.
Just try. Do you want to try some blini?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I've been looking at it. Like
Okay. Very professional.
Yeah.
Very thin. And then you put whatever you want to on the top. Oops. Please. I would recommend with jam.
I'll take it with the jam first.
Yeah. With the sour cream, of course, it's quite, if you like this kind of taste. In Russia also, we eat a lot of sour cream with everything, actually. We put it in the soup, we put it in the sauce, we put it on the blini. I think it's a kind of food that suits our cold climate because it gives you energy. The favorite sports, of course, they are defined by the climate. We do a lot of skiing and skating.
Oh, okay.
Because in the winter, you get out of your house, there's a lot of snow, you just put on your skis and you can, do the sport. And we have many champions in this kind of